On April 15, 2019, a structural fire broke out in the roof space of Notre Dame de Paris, a medieval Catholic cathedral in Paris, France. The cathedral's spire, which had been rebuilt in 1859 and was undergoing renovations since 2018, was destroyed by the fire. The cathedral's vaulted stone ceiling prevented extensive damage to the interior, but many works of art and religious relics were moved to safety early in the emergency. The cathedral's altar, pipe organs, and 3 13th-century rose windows suffered little or no damage. 3 emergency workers were injured, and the fire contaminated the site and nearby areas with toxic dust and lead. French President Emmanuel Macron set a 5-year deadline to restore the cathedral, and by September 2021, donors had contributed over 840 million euros to the rebuilding effort. The cathedral is expected to reopen in December 2024, although it may take 10 to 40 years to completely restore it. Investigators believe the fire was started by either a cigarette or a short circuit in the electrical system. The Paris Fire Brigade drilled regularly to prepare for emergencies, and fire wardens checked conditions beneath the roof 3 times daily. In 1930, Notre Dame Paris experienced a fire that broke out in the attic beneath the cathedral's roof. The alarm sounded, and guards evacuated the cathedral. The fire was well advanced by the time guards reached the attic. The alarm system was not designed to automatically notify the fire brigade, and firefighters arrived within 10 minutes. The cathedral was evacuated to the Ile de la Cité, where white smoke rose from the roof, then flames appeared from the spire. Over 400 firefighters were engaged, and another 100 government workers moved precious objects to safety via a human chain. The fire was primarily fought from inside the structure, with deluge guns used at lower than usual pressures. The fire spread to the wooden framework inside the North Tower, which supported 8 large bells. By 2145, the fire was under control. The Notre Dame de Paris Cathedral suffered significant damage during a fire that destroyed most of its wood and metal roof and spire, with about 1/3 remaining. The cathedral contained a large number of artworks, religious relics, and other irreplaceable treasures, including a crown of thorns said to be the one Jesus wore at his crucifixion, a purported piece of the cross on which Jesus was crucified, the tunic of St. Louis, a much rebuilt pipe organ by Aristide Cavaillé-Coll, and the 14th-century Virgin of Paris statue. Lead joints in some 19th-century stained glass windows melted, but the 3 major rose windows, dating to the 13th century, were undamaged. Some paintings, apparently only smoke damaged, are expected to be transported to the Louvre for restoration. A number of statues, including those of the 12 apostles at the base of the spire, had been removed in preparation for renovations. The burned-down roof had been covered with over 400 metric tons of lead, raising surface lead levels in some places nearby. Wet cleaning for surfaces and blood tests for children and pregnant women were recommended in the immediate area. People working on the cathedral after the fire did not initially take the required lead precautions. Materials leaving the site were decontaminated, but some clothing was not, and some precautions were not correctly followed. As a result, the worksite failed some inspections and was temporarily shut down, prompting widespread criticism. The Paris prosecutor said there was no evidence of a deliberate act, and renovation increases fire risk. The fire has been compared to the similar 1992 Windsor Castle fire and the Uphark fire, raising old questions about the safety of similar structures and the techniques used to restore them.